Is there a person in your past that you just cannot stop thinking of them? Is there ex in your life that you just cannot let go and hoping that you guys get back together? In this video, I'm going over different layers of the causes so that you can see what is the reason behind it that you're not able to let your ex go. The first question that I want you to ask yourself is, what's the reason that you want to be in a relationship? And why we have to be in a relationship? Why don't you want to be single or alone by yourself? So most people's answer will be the reason they want to be in a relationship is because they want to feel love. They want to feel someone is caring about them. They don't want to feel the loneliness. They want to have a companionship. They want to do things together. They want to go places together. They want to have someone that they can talk to or have someone listening to. All these are all the reasons that why we all want to get into a relationship. That all comes down to feeling. A feeling that another person can provide for us to feel. And that's the feeling that we desire to have. When it comes to men and women, there are different feelings that each gender that they're looking for. As for a woman, most girls, they are more emotional driven, so they want to feel they're in love, they love the romance, they love how guys treat them, how gentlemen they are, and how they are treated like a princess, right? That's the feeling that the other person can provide. That's the feeling that we all girls desire. As for men, majority of the men are more visual. They're attracted to anything that they can see that make them feel attracted. And once they feel attracted, then they have this muscular energy and the ego, have the sense of want to be the hero, right? So they want to also feel like they can provide everything. They're the hero in the story. Guys want to feel that they feel lucky, right? For example, in a group of friends, they want to feel like, see, I got this hot girl. So you see, and their friends was like, wow, the wow moment, right? Their friends will be very, not jealous, but very admire of the person now who got the hot girl, right? They want to feel the attention from their buddies. And that's how they fulfill the feelings that they want to have for a girlfriend, for a wife, right? The bottom line is the feeling is what generates our emotion that we want to be with someone, be with this person, this particular person, and be in a relationship. I've been struggling 10 years to let go of my ex. And the majority of the reason that I now understand is the feeling that my ex provides. He was very caring, romantic, and very gentleman-like because he's a little bit older than me. So he's a mature man figure for me, and I look up to, and I can share anything, and I can be vulnerable and be myself. I don't need to worry about he's going to judge me or anything like that. That was the feeling, and then the romantic feeling that also he provides. And we go to different places and we enjoy different events and restaurant foodies, and we have different adventures together. That's the entire feelings that I was addicted to, per se. Okay, that was the reason why I wasn't able to let go, because I was attached to that feeling my ex was providing. The question right now is, can I find another person that provides these type of feelings? The answer is yes. And why the reason that I'm not moving forward or move on to another person is because I have this trauma from childhood. Because as I mentioned, my ex was older than me. So during my childhood, my dad was not physically with us. He was already here in the United States and we were still back in Taiwan. So growing up, I don't have a father figure. I don't have a mature figure, a man in my life that I can kind of look up to. Of course, I have uncles and whatnot, but it's different because I remember when I was really little, probably around 3, I used to like to go on the motorcycle with my dad. And that's a part of the adventure that I guess I was enjoying when I was young. That was taken away from me after my dad immigrating here to the United States first. From when I was 3 all the way to 12, almost 10 years, I don't have a father figure in my life. That kind of led me to wanting to date someone who's more mature, more older than me, and who I can look up to, can share my vulnerabilities, right? If you're dating someone I described, you might also have this type of childhood. Maybe your parents' marriage didn't work out and somehow end up divorced and you are missing a father figure, or vice versa, you might missing a mother figure. So when you are dating someone, they might be a reflection of what you're missing, right? For example, for a guy, if you don't have your mom in your life when you're a child, you might look for someone who's more caring, more mother-like, right? Always looking out for you in a way. And for girls, like I mentioned, you might looking for someone who's more older, more mature, and kind of guide you through life in a way and inspire you and give you wisdoms and give you experience that they went through before you. This can be a trauma or it can be something that you're missing in your childhood, and that is a reflection of who you date. And this is also another attachment that we cannot let go, because if we already attach this feeling, this missing out feeling since childhood, then of course unconsciously in our subconscious mind we have this desire that we don't even recognize that it's there. That's why we tend to attracted to people on certain type due to the missing out or other traumas that you might have in your childhood. Another part is, as a child, we all want to have attention, right? And the way that we kind of understand how we get attention is by seeing how the parents, the adults, react. If we act a certain way, let's say crying, then we see the adults will pay more attention to us. If we say something or do something or make some noises, certain noises, then the adults will somehow pay attention to us, right? That being said, when we become adults and we are in a relationship, we look for another person, a partner that can allow us to be who we are. When I was with my ex, I was able to just be me. I don't need to worry about anything. I can just be 1000% authentic me. I don't care about other people thinking, and he doesn't care as well. And that is so beautiful. We just go about our lives, do our things. We don't need to worry about what other people are saying or think about us. When we are in private, I can just express myself 100%. I don't need to worry about, oh, is he gonna think I'm weird? Is he gonna judge me? Or if I do something wrong, is he gonna be mad? Nothing like that. So my ex was 100% allow me to be who I am. And that's also a reflection. This layer might put some sort of pressure on the other person, because unintentionally the person will feel the pressure. They will feel the energy and they will feel that, okay, I gotta act certain ways so I don't hurt your feelings, right? Or they might have to careful what they say, make sure they don't offend you, right? So put pressure in the long term, it's actually not a very healthy thing. So in this sense, it's better that you have a conversation with them. You can share some past story. You can share some memories that might make you feel certain ways, and you might want to have a conversation and find some sort of middle ground, neutral, right? You want to be balanced. Everything has to be balanced. Otherwise, the other person, your partner, will feel the pressure that you can be you, but he or she might not be able to be them. Okay? All these layers all put together, that creates a meaning, an inner story within us about this person that you are not able to let go your ex. The reason is you are attached to the stories that you're telling yourself and the meaning that you're giving to the person and the meaning of the relationship that you given to the person. I'm not saying that you don't like that person, but the extra layer that we not be able to let go or move on to another person is the story that we tell ourselves. In my case, everything was going so well, and we had this little talk about getting married. However, it didn't happen, of course, but then the breakup came out of nowhere. So I was left an open closure in a way. So when I have no closure, if you experience this, you will know when a relationship don't have a closure, meaning I don't know why we broke up or what's the reason they want to stop the relationship, or they stop want to seeing you, or what's the reason they want to, or some people experiencing ghosting. So what's the reason behind it? They ghost you, right? These are all non-closure relationship or encounter, right? These are the type that's the hardest to let go because you have an open ending, right? The open ending, what does that do? It may you create more story on top of it because there's no ending, right? No conclusion. You are guessing, right? You put your own story on top of it, and maybe you put more than one, and that's the reason why. And you give more meaning on top of it. You might thinking, okay, is he cheating? If he's cheating or she's cheating, then you want to find out who. Right? So the story continues on within yourself. Or does his or her family doesn't like me? Is that the reason why? See, that's another opening, closure, guessing, right? And you create a story to fulfill that opening, to fulfill the gap. Or if you get ghosted, then you're going to think, why? What's happening? Why they are not talking to me? Am I not good enough? Am I not worthy? All these are stories that we're telling ourselves. And those stories are the attachment that we are attached to. You are not be able to let go of the attachment, the meaning and the stories that you attach to. Not necessarily you cannot let go of your ex, the person. For my personal case, I was really addicted to the feeling that my ex provide. So I wasn't able to let go of those feelings that we have together. By letting it go, I'm not telling you to forget about the person or get rid of your memories or anything like that. Of course, you keep your memory, but letting go is to move on from your reality, to really get yourself out of that attachment, get yourself out of that stories, because you are the only person that is running the stories. Your partner, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your wife, your husband is not having that same story. They already move on. So if you are stuck here, cannot let your ex go, I want you to realize and recognize all these layers that brought you to having this meaning of this relationship, having this story within yourself. For you to have this awareness so that you are able to manage that you are not necessarily attached or really so in love with this person. You might, but the more or less you are more attached to a story that you're giving yourself, And by letting it go, you want to find your inner peace, because our inner peace is the new rich. By having an inner peace, you give yourself self-love. You give yourself self-worth. You want to feel complete again. You want to feel whole again. You don't want to have an attachment that disrupt you, have the distraction over your spirit, over your inner self. You're not able to move on because your self-love and your self-worth are occupied with the stories, feeling states, childhood traumas, and meaning that you put on your ex. So, for you to get out of, let go of your ex emotionally, physically, spiritually, is to go within. You can do meditation and just quiet your mind, quiet yourself. Every time you thought about them and thought about the stories that you give for yourself about them, you want to catch yourself. Once you catch yourself, you want to bring yourself, your consciousness, back to the present moment to tell yourself you're already whole and complete. And whatever stories that you're telling yourself, it's not true. What I mean is, when you're attached to your ex, your identity is that you are still in that relationship, right? So we have to surrender and accept from within that we are no longer together, okay? Whoever came into our reality in our life is to provide that moment, that segment of your space and time. They provide the lessons, they provide the experience, they provide feelings for you to experience relationship in love. But once you finish that course, that relationship, it's time for you to move on to another relationship. Open yourself up for another relationship, because what you learned from the previous relationship, you will be able to find someone or attracted to someone or be with someone who you can create a new reality, new relationship with. Okay, so I put some link in the show notes and in the YouTube description. You can click them, and I would love to connect with you if you still having issue after watching this video and you still want to maybe have someone hear you out. Maybe you want some guidelines. I'm not a relationship specialist or expert, okay, but I can share my experience and let you reflect within yourself and find a solution together with you, okay? All right, so if you haven't subscribed to this channel, remember to subscribe. And I also made another video on relationship is a reflection of ourselves. You can click here and watch. Thank you for watching this video. I will see you guys in the next one.